Many of us were trained in this notion that we have to generate businesses that are phenomenally consistent. Everything has to be locked down, buttoned down. We have to systematize everything. And once we lock in on the system, we just have to repeat it, repeat it, repeat it. We have to create those repeatable processes. We have to glean out and lean out everything in the business that doesn't operate that way. And that really was the evolution, I think, of great service over time. You look at the movements to consistent processes or assembly lines or automation to reduce some of the repetitive manual activities. And you see that as a pretty strong trend. But today, with the incredible speed of change, many people have started to move to agile design. And the notion that rather than create it once and repeat it forever, really, you're creating it in a constantly evolving, iterative way. And rather than loving our darling processes, we have to almost kill the darling processes in lieu of the needs of now. So the kind of evolution of this in terms of what is it that we need to do in business is really, I think, 4 very simple activities and a constant willingness to do them. So one is to listen. Listen to the environment, to the stated needs of your employees and your customers, and be able to say, patience, what is it that you're needing? And when I'm talking about listening, I'm not just talking about listening with my ears. I'm talking about listening with my eyes. I'm listening to their behaviors and as they anticipate service, as they're engaged in service. I am observing what they're bringing in, what devices they're using in the environment. I am constantly thinking about what is happening for all of us beyond what's happening in the context of my business. And as I listen, I start to imagine. And I say a very, I think, powerful 2 words in business is, what if we, what if? What if we were to try something to move us a little closer to what I'm hearing? What if? So the what if space can be what if on an iterative basis, and we'll talk about that, or it can be what if in a grand leap. What if we did something that's just see how it goes? We're not going to wed ourselves to it. We're not going to go all in on it. We're just going to what if it for a little bit and think about how it might solve a need. And then once we've thought about it, we need to try it. Hey, let's see how this goes. Let's not do anything wild and crazy. I was in this iterative design process with Starbucks, and it was at a time in history when we knew technology was going to come into the cafe. We just didn't know how it was going to come in the cafe. We were paying all kinds of attention to trends and things that were happening. And we saw that people were downloading and burning songs thanks to Apple at the time. And they were paying 99 cents to do it. They were also using Napster to steal music. There was all kinds of things going on. We thought, well, let's try something. What if we could create a listening place inside of Starbucks and let coffee be the backdrop to your experience and discovery of music? Wouldn't that be awesome? And so we opened a few Hear Music places around the country. One in Austin, for example, called the Hear Music Bar. You'd come in, you'd sit down. There's a giant screen there, and you could put on these really grimy headphones that everybody else had been wearing. And you could sit there, wait for your barista to bring your venti latte, and you could pick songs, create a playlist, listen for free while you're in the environment, hopefully drink lots and lots more of the latte. And then you'd love the list that you created so much that you would then ask the barista to burn it onto a CD. What a concept that is in retrospect, a CD. And you would then be able to take it home. 99 cents a song. What an awesome try, don't you think? It failed so incredibly miserably. It was just traumatic to see how bad it failed. At the same time, we thought, well, maybe we'll try something different. You could literally walk out of headquarters at Starbucks in Seattle, and you could go to the taco truck in the parking lot, and they had free Wi-Fi. You could go to a Starbucks, and they did not. You were locked into a provider, AT&T. You had to become a loyalty card member. It became a real fiasco. But we finally decided, hey, why don't we try just free Wi-Fi a little bit and see if it's a business benefit. Amount of time spent in the cafe environment was substantially longer with free Wi-Fi. We could understand people's device use. We could get easier willingness for people to share and download material that we were curating for them. was crazy good. So now I can tell you Starbucks has as good a Wi-Fi as that taco truck. We tried it, and because it derived the revenues that were required, they do it. And that really is the iterative design process. But many of us are so unwilling to imagine or try because we have done it and it worked the way we've done it, for goodness sakes. Hello? Why would I go and do something stupid like that? Well, because you're not going to go all in. You're going to go all imagine. I'll imagine for the customer, I'll imagine for the patient, I'll imagine for the employee. I will enter that space. I am a leader. I am a visionary. A visionary has vision that has imagination attached to it. Innovation is the ability to say what if and create value. Innovation isn't just invention. I could go in my basement and put duct tape on PVC pipe and invent something that has no utility. But if it serves a patient need, that's patentable. That's worth something. So it's really innovating by imagining.